Well, it has to be around here somewhere.
Yeah, where's the music recording studio?
Look, these premises are open.
Are you looking for the studio?
We are.
Right here.
Oh, are you one of the
Let's
singers? Okay, we found it. Well, Alisa, should we go in?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Oh my gosh! Santa! Really delighted to be here at the recording studios in Marbella that you would never find unless you knew they were here. But apparently they've recorded some very cool stuff from this underground basement recording studios, and today is no different. We're meeting Jeff Clarke from E17 Boy Productions, also Warrior Global Media, but Jeff Clarke to his friends. You set up a great competition for kids to write their own music and then you would produce it, which is the part we're at now.
Yeah, making a TV series, we decided to run a competition for the local schools in Marbella, try and give something back to the community. And we asked any 13, 16-year-old to write and perform a track, send it in to us, which we judged. And then we held a competition at EIC school. And the great Yazz, who's in the recording studio behind, judged the competition. Unfortunately, we couldn't choose a winner. So we've got all 5 girls in the studio and they're all going to be recording, well, they all have recorded their tracks and they're finishing them off today. So really excited and really proud. What
is the intention once they've been produced?
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use, I don't think it's ever been done before, but we're going to use these tracks for a soundtrack on the series that we're finishing called Patient Hurricane V-7497. With Sir Ranulph Fiennes, the D-Day Darlings, Nicholas Parsons. There's loads of people in it. So, yeah, their songs are going to be used for the soundtrack.
Well, I heard a little snippet, and it is very suitable. I mean, they sound like they are professional writers. I mean, it's the quality. No wonder you couldn't choose a winner.
Yeah, it was really difficult. I mean, the quality here is amazing. I mean, the 5 girls in there are really, really talented. And I can't believe that these girls at the age they are, with the confidence to get up and do this, come into a recording studio and lay down their tracks. Pretty amazing. I couldn't do it when I was 13. No way.
Well, let's go in and meet the girls in question. Thanks, Jeff.
Let's do that.
I'm so excited to be standing in the recording studios with not only the lovely Yazz, who we'll be chatting with in a moment, but with the students who have won, I suppose, I quite imagine 4 of the 5 that have won this writing competition and will have their tracks used in this fabulous series that Jeff's producing. So very exciting. We'll start with Aisha. Lovely to meet you, sweetheart. Where are you from?
Well, I've lived in Spain my whole life, but I've got quite mixed roots, Egyptian, Peruvian and Spanish.
So you're perfect Marbella material, really, aren't you? A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
How did you hear about the competition?
Well, my best friend, her mum works in Warrior Film Companies, so she told me about it. Yeah.
So you got a good in there, but obviously the track had to be worthy. What inspired you for when you wrote your track?
Well, I've never really experienced loss in my life, so I had to kind of put myself into somebody's shoes that has and just
sit. So
they
gave you a theme to write?
They kind of gave me a theme and I kind of found my own way of doing that theme, and I just put myself into the person's shoes and tried to write some lyrics.
Well, how lovely that you haven't had that loss yet, so that's really nice. Yeah. But nice that you could put yourself in there. Is like, do you have acting aspirations as well? Where did you see yourself in the future?
I love expressive arts and I do want to get into acting, into theatre, so it kind of all links together.
Okay, so watch this space. Watch that face. Okay, we're going to go now and have a little chat with Frankie. Hi, sweetheart.
Hello.
When I came in today, your song was actually being played and I started doing little ballet pirouettes and things. I mean, ethereal and quite fabulous. What's the name of your composition?
It's called Reminiscing.
And were you reminiscing when you wrote it?
I mean, not really, because as Aisha said, like, I've never experienced loss either, so it was kind of hard writing the song, so.
What did you base it on then? How did you get your emotions in line with what came out, which is quite hauntingly lovely?
Well, looking at other artists and getting inspiration, I guess, yeah.
Oh, well, she did a really good job. And you will be getting to hear all these tracks, but not yet. No, still very much hush-hush. Okay, let's carry on chatting with the kids. Let's see, maybe if you jump up, Frankie, I could just move in here behind you and have a little chat here with Edith, who I met upstairs, because this really cool recording studio is underneath a hairdresser's, the back streets of Marbella. Yeah. So the first time this little lady came here, I think you thought you were part of a horror movie.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's
Do. But it isn't. It's in a really cool place that's
Yeah,
been
it's
established 20 years for now, they told me. He started as a baby because I couldn't think he could have anything business 20 years. So you've been living in the Costa del Sol. What's your story, Edith?
yeah. Well, I moved here about 2 years ago. I come from Mexico and United States, so it's kind of like a mix and stuff. But I like it here, and yeah.
And what attracted you? Just because you love writing music, you wanted to write something? What was your thoughts for your contribution?
Yeah, I mean, I always wanted to write songs and stuff, and when I came here, I saw like a lot of opportunities to get into the music and stuff, and I just kind of took it.
Does it feel, is it exciting having, I mean, like Yazz and Jeff, people who are actually like real musicians, real filmmakers helping you?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of surreal, like, just weird, but yeah, it is really cool.
It is really cool. I mean, what can I say? It is really cool. Okay, let's scoot over one more. We've got here. Okay, we're actually doing this kind of well. Do a little twirl. Oh, the music sound thing has saved it. Last but not least is the lovely Jess. I've heard a little bit of your track, but yours is still being baked.
Yeah.
As they say. What's it like coming in here with a recording studio and getting to work on your own track?
It's really weird because, you know, I've been writing music my whole life, so to have this opportunity to come into a recording studio with this big project and record your own, you know, music, it's really exciting.
I was hearing a few comments you were making before, and it's like the detail for you is very important, how it sounds, and you obviously hear it already in your own mind.
Yeah, well, like, when it's your own song, you can really hear when little things, you know, you can hear little things that bother you, so you're very picky when it comes to your own music, so that's what I mean.
Yeah. It's so funny when someone says, I've been writing my whole life. It's like, can I ask how old are you?
I'm 16 years old.
16 years old, because between 13 and 16 was the age group for doing this competition.
Yeah,
Are you happy with this outcome of this track?
Yeah, I'm really happy. I think, from the beginning to the end, it's really improved the way I thought it would be. Yeah.
See, it's so nice, hashtag better together. But if it wasn't for the hashtag better together, none of this would be happening. Let's have a chat with Yazz, because from here, the only way is up. Oh! I am so delighted to meet Yazz in person, because yes, I made the joke, the only way is up, but it's no joke. Music is life, and that is undoubtedly part, not just of my life, many people's lives. So Yazz, it is an honour to meet the lovely lady behind it.
It is. Language is a very special language for everybody. It's international, and it cuts through everything: class, creed, color. Language is everything. Music is something that I think God's given us to celebrate, like you say. Yeah.
You obviously use your music now very much for others. This what you're doing with the children is fabulous. But I'd like to go back to those days of when you were on Top of the Pops, and it was like you were disco. What was it like, the before and the after?
Very different. It was kind of, I think, you know, it's a journey. We're all on a journey. And I think the process obviously starts with really working hard and banging on doors and trying to get recognized or noticed. But those were some of the best days. And I learned a lot from that. And then when actually you break into the scene, you think you're going to be really prepared, but actually you're really, really unprepared. So I think the more experience you have before something like fame, not everybody is famous, but you can still have a career in music, the better, really. I think this is what I want to really give to people, these young kids, is an opportunity to understand that to get to the platform that you're after, you need to kind of get more experience, learn a lot of stuff, and really enjoy the journey. Writing is not always, you know, the most exciting bit. For me, the journey is the language of music.
Did you have a Yazz, a Jeff, or was it very much on your own? Are you doing this because you want someone else to have what you had, or because you wish you had that?
I think that's a really good question. I didn't really have a Jeff, no. I think what really pushed me in the music business was my backdrop was quite difficult. I was first generation mixed race child in England, and there was a lot of racial tension. So I think I was battling with trying to find my identity, and I think music was the way that I was going to enter the world. And that really just catapulted me all the time. This kind of, got to find out who I am. And music became...
Was there music in your own home?
Oh, my father definitely was really influential. I remember, because we were really poor, yeah, that the iPod of the day, which is like that big, was a massive Decca sideboard, right? And I remember we got that, we thought we'd really kind of arrived. And one side was like the drinks cabinet, and the other side was a stereo. And my dad would play me people, Burt Bacharach, Hal David, Dionne Warwick, and Siddhartha. You know, these are some of the best composers in the world. You must listen to them. So he really introduced me to high-end kind of jazz with Charlie Parker, people like that, right through to calypso music. Yeah, he was my early influences.
And did they support your decision to make this a career?
Oh, all the way. Yeah, all the way. They were like rocks, actually, in my career. We had a very close family. I was very, very blessed to have that, because not everybody has that. And he was very, very proud. I took them everywhere. I took my parents to, when I played at the Royal Albert Hall, or if I played really big gigs or small gigs, they'd love it. They used to come with me everywhere. I put them in videos. We were family, so that's what you do.
And after your big success and the hits, where did life take you?
Well, actually, it took me to a bit of a downturn. That's what I'm saying. That's one of the pearls that I learned in the industry, was to enjoy the journey, not put all your eggs in the basket of arriving and being successful and famous, because actually it's not always what you think it's going to be. And I kind of had a difficult downturn, and it was kind of a bittersweet time for me.
It's funny how so many times, time after time, we hear the same thing. This idea of fame, but when you get there, what wasn't there? What was so different?
I think there's an expectation level that comes not just... I think it comes from childhood, the way you're educated is teaching you that success equals this, you know, or... So I kind of had those expectation levels of, I'm going to be happier, I'm going to be more secure, I'm going to be contented. And in fact, I didn't find any of those things. But what I did find was the way to find those things in my life, because I began a spiritual journey. And that led me to find my peace of mind in my faith.
Well, you seem to have found a perfect place here on the Costa del Sol. You're working with children. You're helping them develop their musical talents, their careers, and it seems like you really have found your purpose.
I think it's definitely one of my purposes. I think we're all DNA'd up differently. And for me, that's the way kind of I can enter life feeling I have a direction, and I can... One of the best things in life, I think, is to be able to give someone else wings, to be a part of giving someone wings to fly, because the world is so broken, it's so fragile, you know, that we need each other to do that. And I think when we start doing that, we can start healing lots of things, and I think music is a way to bring that to pass. Yeah.
I think she's right. It's been absolutely wonderful chatting with you. There's going to be so much coming more out with the children and with Yazz. So this is the first of many, part 1. We will meet again. This is not a threat, it's a promise.
Thank you.
Yazz, thank you so much for a quick introduction to this. The music is going to go, so just quick forward, that this music is going to be the soundtrack for a series. Again, what's it like having a little bit of pressure?
It has been. Have you met Jeff? Jeff is probably one of the most visionary people I've met in many years. And I really, there's a part of me that really connects with him on that level. But on the other side, visionaries are very spontaneous people. They see something and they believe for it and they go for it. And they drag everybody with you to do that. And well, these people are that as well. And I really like to be around him. He's very honest. I'm a very transparent person, and he's very, very much like that. So I think we're really connecting.
You're getting things done.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We're really connecting, and I think the music is stunning. These girls are amazing for their age, and they're confident, and they're getting more confident, and I think one of the great things about this project is that they were given a theme. They weren't kind of allowed to write their own theme. And that's really hard for a songwriter. You have to write specifically about this. And I've watched them grow in that they've had to dig in areas, like they were saying earlier. I've never really suffered loss. So they've had to dig in areas and pull things out from themselves, which is amazing at their age, I think.
I wish I could play all the tracks, but we can't. You're going to have to watch this space. We'll be chatting again with Yazz very soon. Yazz, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
It's just so exciting. So exciting. And all this happening underneath a little hairdresser in the back streets of Marbella.
These hair dryers, I mean, they are worth a fortune. They are worth a fortune. They're out of the 60s. They're amazing, and they're still working.
So we're here with Fernando before we leave because he's the owner of this fabulous place, and I wanted to have a quick chat. Fernando, this is amazing and so hidden under a hairdresser, totalmente escondido debajo de la peluquería. ¿Pero qué es esto?
Bueno, es el único espacio que he podido montar el estudio, realmente. Es el único espacio y bueno, pues se ha montado y la verdad que muy bien, ¿sabes? Muy bien.
Well, Fernando's saying there's really what better place to have it. This is where it fits. Pero llevas 20 años haciendo esto, 20 years since you started.
Yeah, of course. Siempre he tenido muy clara la mente de poder trabajar en la música y hacer lo que me gusta y empecé de muy joven. Tuve la oportunidad de empezar muy joven, sabía lo que quería y bueno, pues aquí estamos y aquí muy feliz montando el estudio y muy bien.
I think it's just great, 20 years doing something, started at 19, young, had an idea and producing some very serious things for movies, all kinds of things. But now with this project, este proyecto es interesante, ¿no? Con los jóvenes.
Sí, muy interesante. Además hay mucho talento. En la zona de Costa del Sol, Marbella, hay mucho talento y siempre hay que dar uno de sí profesionalmente para que todo vaya fluyendo y haya un buen resultado en todo.
Well, we're saying there's a lot of talent here on the Costa del Sol, so he's really happy to be here and help put it together. Pues Fernando, encantada conocerte. It's really nice to meet you. And if you want any productions down here with a music recording studio, this one's pretty cool. Es impresionante este sitio, lo tienes todo.
La verdad que sí, poco a poco vamos progresando en equipos, modernizando en equipos y pues el resultado se nota en el trabajo.
Pues enhorabuena, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
It's a brand new